Your reaction to this election and what you have seen so far and the turnout.
Well, obviously, the turnout is abysmal, and that's bothersome to me as an elected official, the county judge. I have been putting out a message, especially to the younger generation. I've been speaking to schools and at events, encouraging our young folks to go vote. And we'll have to break down the demographics, but it doesn't look like they came to go vote. And much like my last election, the good old senior vote is a dependable vote. And it appears tonight that most elections are not going to be an upset. I understand that Representative Allison is behind.
Yes.
And I'm sad to see that.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch, and we've talked about the big story in this race. There are two guys that aren't even on the ballot, Greg Abbott and Attorney General. What are your thoughts about that influence in these races?
Well, obviously that is on the R side of the business, so to speak.
Yes.
I'm on the D side, so it's what bothers me was the tone, was the images, which was the negativity. When I ran, there was a lot of negative campaigning for which I did not respond to. And I prevailed. And I got through a Democratic primary, got through a general election. And so it bothers me to see that negative campaign to the tone that I saw and the money spent in these particular races are very troubling. It's troubling to me, at least.
Yeah, Myra, I'll let you go.
Well, I think, looking at as long as you have been involved in, serving elected office, have you, can you recall a time when we have seen an influence of people that aren't at all involved in the race? They're not on the ballot whatsoever, but they're very much helping determine the outcome.
Well, I'm sure Commissioner Wolf's been here a lot longer than I, or perhaps just as long. But no, I have never seen this.
Yeah.
I've never seen the amount of money coming in. I mean, obviously we had a little situation with what they call the dark ads, dark money comes in. No, this was all out in front.
Yeah.
There were the governor and the Attorney General very involved in this from the Austin level. I just truly believe, at least from a commissioner's court and perhaps even city council, what we need to do is to stay focused at the local level. So, the voters have spoken, and we'll still see the results as they come in. Who knows who will finally prevail, but yeah, that one particular race, Representative Allison's race, is troubling.
And part of the local effort is getting people who live here to actually vote. And we talk about this every single election, that turnout is terrible and it gets worse. So I just, and Molly's over there chomping at the bit to weigh in on this, and I promise we'll talk about it, but efforts to do that.
That's what negative campaigning does. I think it suppresses the vote.
You think it's a turnoff?
It's a turnoff. So each candidate or elected official has to make a calculated decision. Are you going to respond in kind? Do you feel obligated to respond? Do you have to respond? And I think my race 2 years ago showed you don't have to respond. The people know who you are. The people, let me tell you, the voters are savvy. But unfortunately, the partisanship and the polarization of the vote obviously is still very real. And it affects local races.